just like that, I'm live. This has been now 2 weeks of being live every single day. And as much fun as that was the past 2 weeks, I don't think necessarily I'll continue with that behavior. Just being honest. I'm sorry. It's on the one hand, it's a lot of fun. On the other hand, it's added stress, to be honest. I think I'm gonna have on this Resurrection Sunday, I think I'm gonna have oh, nothing fell out. I cleaned the I cleaned the fridge today. So it started as a quick mission this afternoon, turned into like a several hour mission, because cleaning a fridge is never just cleaning a fridge, now is it? So whoops, I apologize, that was me shaking it about a bit. That's my apologies. Anyways, maybe I should move this way a little bit. Oh, that's better actually. That feels better. So anyways, let's move this up just a smidge as well. And this is Happy Sunday, everybody. Cheers. I definitely had a Sunday and a half today. It's been entertaining. How's that for a good one? It's been entertaining. So my middle son, Zach, he has this channel on YouTube, and I was completely blown away by it. It's very interesting, and he explained it to me. There's an entire what if genre going on, so I'm definitely gonna go into it. So I picked him up at work, and we started talking about some of this stuff, because today, hey Jack Reynolds, BLM. Cheers, mate. That was brilliant. Yes, bold lives matter. I have these I have these dad jokes. I think my wife bought it a couple of years back for me, and every now and then I go through it and read it and have a bit of a laugh. Maybe I must add those in from time to time. But anyways, my that was magnificent. Anyways, what I was explaining, so my middle son Zach has a YouTube channel, and the kids like this quiet, reserved, please tell me, I have a book. It's dad jokes are possibly some of the best, funniest stuff ever. Do you talk about solar eclipse? I do talk about the solar. I spoke about it last night. I ordered a bunch of stuff for the camera and so on. I ordered a bunch of stuff for the solar eclipse. It's going to be epic, because we're expecting, depending on cloud cover, we're expecting over 80% of the sun will be covered. So it'll be perfect. Yeah. Well, I mean, if there is, then that's fine. You know, big up there. Okay, well, that's perfectly fine. Anyway, so let me jump into this quickly. My middle son, he has this what if channel. So if this, then what if, you know, and apparently this is an entire genre on YouTube I did not know about. So long story short, I said, so give me an example of what is this what if channel? Like, what is it about? What? Are these like scenarios that you're trying to create, or like, what's the point of it? And he explained to me, he explained it very simply. He said, so when they were little, we were watching Goku and like a whole bunch of anime, and it was my way of spending time with them. And he said, the whole story of this anime character Goku, what happened was he did something, and then his granddad dropped him and he bumped his head, and then everything happened from there on. And what would have happened if he didn't bump his head? So what if Goku never bumped his head? So I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. I'm thinking that if you have a destiny, then you're going to fulfill it regardless of like one singular event. So that was kind of fascinating. Okay, Brian. Face on the moon. It's creepy. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of theories on a lot of studies going on regarding the moon. Somebody said on YouTube that the moon's rusting. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I mean, if they say it's rusting, if it's relevant, then the moon's rusting, I suppose. I'm not going to argue it. But yeah, the moon is definitely a fascinating subject. I spent about 5 years going through different moon cycles. These are 2 photos I've got up here, but I probably had about 40, 50 shots of the moon at different times, different presentations it allowed us to view and so on. It was fantastic. Some of them have a little bit of cloud cover, some of them don't, and then it's just a lot of fun. Anyways, enough of the moon. Anyways, I think the moon's fascinating to a certain point and to some extent, so here's to the moon. So but yeah, that was fascinating. So I told him, like go and write me a script of some sorts for one of these what if videos. I would love to read through it. I would love to experience it. And he said, nah, you just go on YouTube. There's an entire genre of it now. But he said he grew from 0 to like 400 subscribers. Cheers, mate. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is my beard. But he said he grew at like an astronomical speed because of this. I said, okay, I mean, that's fantastic. It's brilliant. I guess there's a lot of people that's interested in, like, what if this didn't happen, or what if this happened, rather than something else. And I asked him, well, if something's your destiny to, I mean, if that's what's gonna happen, then there's no ways you can avoid it, I suppose. So yeah. But yeah, just a fascinating world we live in, isn't it? So anyways, so I have this I don't know what you can call it. It's like the kids and I told them, so I have got, and I think at that time I had like 200 subscribers or something. I told the boys, so I have more subscribers than you, and they all laughed at me. But a funny story. So I said to them, at the end of March, which is today. In other words, we're gonna test this tomorrow. If you have 500 subscribers, I'll give you $50. And they all laughed at me. Especially my younger son. He had a bit of a laugh. He said, "Only 500." I said, "Yeah, 500." So I'm so interested. I'm not a nosy person. Like, I'll never go look for his stuff. I'll never, ever, ever do that. But I'm so interested in finding out whether he has 500. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake the little kid up, probably with some very heavy metal in his room, to find out whether he has 500 subscribers. I think I probably need to go draw $50 just in case. And then the other one, Zach, he so I've been bugging him since what was it, mid-January, somewhere there, I can't remember. Some Slayer south of Evan. Anyways, but yeah, absolutely, I reckon some Slayer would be good. But I said to the middle one, I said, "Come on, you already have, like, how many subscribers? How hard can it be to get a couple more to get to 500? And I couldn't inspire this kid, even if I paid him, trust me, I tried, to get to the 500, so that he gets to so I could give him $50. Like, if somebody had to offer me $50, my goodness, I don't know, I'd do it. Like, I mean, that's $50. I didn't even have to do anything really for it, you know. So, but yeah, the kids are just something else these days, aren't they? On the one hand, I have somebody who's like overachiever, and on the other hand, I have someone who is really cool and really popular and really nice, and I couldn't inspire him by even paying him. So, anyways, it's all good. And the funny thing is, so here it is. Here's one of those. So when I drive him to work, we listen to good music. Normally, well, tonight it was, or this morning it was Bauhaus. And tonight on the way back, I forget what we were listening to. Probably the Smiths or something, like, it was something cool. So listening to good music. On the way there, oh yeah, Bauhaus is fantastic. Peter Murphy, one of my possibly childhood heroes, I suppose. But anyways, so driving to work, the kid's out, fast asleep. Couldn't drop a bomb next to him to wake him up. And then on the way back, he's on his phone, like constantly on his phone. So I'm talking to him, and every now and then I'll say, "So Zach, are you working tomorrow?" And it's like dead silent. All I hear is the music. And I'll say again, "Hey Zach, do you have work tomorrow? Do I need to take you into work tomorrow?" Silence. So we stop at a red light, and I say, "I wonder if Zach's going to hear this one. Huh? What's that, Dad?" It's crazy, these kids. But it's a lot of fun. And as much as I enjoy driving him around, it's getting tedious. I told him, "My boy, you need to do what you need to do. You need to start driving yourself around." Oh my goodness. Probably never happen. So I've made my peace with it. It's all good. So yeah, it's been a good Sunday. Hello. I'm in North Carolina, so not too far from you. I am having one of these So I bought 3 cases of these, and I kind of hid one of the Sam Adams Oktoberfest from myself, and I found it about a week or two ago, probably a week ago. So I've been enjoying this. This Sam Adams is probably my favorite, but they're only available in October for a month or two, and then they're gone. Under normal circumstances, I'll have a Blue Moon, or I will spend some time with some Jack Daniels. I'm not Welsh. I was born in South Africa, hence my my accent. There we go. Good on you. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's just Daniel. Okay. Angry Orchard. Angry Orchard. So, don't we drive past it when we go to Scouts, the Boy Scouts thing? I think they have like a. It is cool. Cheers, mate. Angry Orchard. I think we drive past it when I take the boys to, well, when they were younger, they would go for summer camp for a week, and then they started working at Boy Scouts at summer camp, and they would stay there for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks or something and get paid. And they had an astronomical amount of fun. So yeah, Angry Orchard, I'll go and have a look at that. But I think we drive past something they have in North Carolina. So yeah, absolutely. Not sure where they're from. Yeah, I think I don't know where they're from either, to be honest with you. But I know I drive past the Angry Orchard farm, shall I say. Sorry, let me move this. So yeah. But yeah, those are astronomical fun, absolutely. Hello. So, anyways, all good. And yeah, I want to go back to when we were talking about what I was drinking. So, under normal circumstances, I'll have a Blue Moon, but I've been kind of dabbling with Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. Jim Beam, I don't want to say I prefer it, but it just rolls in my mouth a little bit smoother than what the Jack Daniels have been doing for the past little bit. George, by the way, hey George, nice to meet you. E-meat, yes, YouTube meat. Nothing wrong with that, mate. It's all good. And I have been an Abbott. Yeah, absolutely. And I've been a Abbott Johnny Walker drinker for possibly most of my life. It's just something. I used to work at a Greek restaurant. I started working there when I was in my late teens, and all the Greeks, they used to drink Johnny Walker, and every now and then I would take them some stuff, and they would say, "Hey, come here. I know you're not allowed to, but this one's for you." So it was a lot of fun. That I do remember. Other drinks like that, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Let me show you this. This is something I found which absolutely, it's the pudding. It is the absolute best drink after you've eaten. I kid you not. Hold on, check this out. this. So this is, I buy it at an ABC store. I normally buy 2 of these. North Carolina. I moved to North Carolina for my children. Their future was very limited in South Africa. They had very little chance of success, and I spent 5 years applying to come over to the US, and it eventually happened. And I brought over my 3 boys. Screenshot taken. Cheers, mate. I can give you this. Yeah. So, but it was 100%, yeah, North Carolina. So it was 100% of a time where my children had zero future, and I decided to come over here. But yeah, it was a fantastic experience. It was, we applied for our visas. That took about 4 years. And then when we were told we were approved, that took another 2 years roughly. So yeah, probably about 5 years it took us to end up here. 5, 6 years, somewhere there. So yeah, but I tell you what, my children, if I had to compare them to other family members in South Africa, I would say not that much changed, to be honest with you. They compare relatively well. The US has been very graceful to us and very kind to us, and we've been blessed with, in general, that is, some of the best neighbors on the face of the earth. I remember our first winter here. It was, we've never experienced cold like that. We've never experienced freezing temperatures like that. And the boys, they were just always taken care of. So just so you know, your first 2 years after you've immigrated, that's the most difficult, because you're constantly in this changing environment, and this is not a complaint or anything. It is my kids are a little bit older than that. I've got a 10-year-old, and then I have a 17-year-old, 18, 19-year-old. I have a 21-year-old. So yeah, my kids are maybe a little bit older, but yeah. And I'll be honest, I will forever be grateful to the people that supported me. Hey Tracy. So, but that's just my opinion, George. So yeah, what was that? You said Georgia. Let me go back. Oh, you did say George. My apologies. Yeah. So yeah, Duncan Hernandez. Hi. Cheers, mate. Sunday evening, 9 o'clock at night. We're just talking. George, I think that's a person with the sunglasses. Forgive me, I'm looking at a tiny little screen. Yeah. Stories of border. Well, I don't know about border jumps. I'm very fortunate that I never had to go through that. I was a George from Georgia. Cheers, mate. I'll drink to that. I will say this, the US beer is just absolutely phenomenal. I have loved it the last 15 years that I've been here, so yeah, absolutely. Hello. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'll say hello. Yeah, other than that, I think in general life is just good. We're talking a little bit of immigration and so on, not too much, to be honest. I have learned to be respectful of other people's opinions, so I, for the most part, keep my opinion to myself. So traveling, funny story, I posted a video on, so your iPhone on its pictures has this thing, I'm trying to see if I can get to it, obviously, years, days, month, library, for you. Was it in for you? Albums, maybe? Oh, here, places. This is fascinating stuff. So this will show you the place. Oh, I don't know what that is, but it'll show you the places where you were and you've taken pictures. And what fascinated me was how much have your own options, respectful to others at the same time. Yeah. So I agree. It's a Sam Adams Oktoberfest. So I do have my opinions on immigration, and I always go out of my way to be respectful to other people's opinions. And I have also learned that sometimes if somebody does not ask you for your opinion, it's not necessary to give it. I think I give my opinion when I brought my family over legally. I would never ever put my family at risk ever, and that is my opinion. I think that the political climate that we're in at the moment is unsustainable, and I am so confused by what's happening at the moment. This is not the United States of America that I came to 15 odd years back. There's so much that's changed, and I fear for my children's future, but I also have faith that the American spirit that conquered the West, that conquered the English, that conquered so much, will not be put down by a very, very small fragmented part of the world. And I look at what's happening in Australia, and I looked at what was happening in New Zealand, and then a mate of mine he drew my attention to a couple of things that's happening that's really positive at the moment, and I have a lot of faith in what we're capable of. And if you look at people like, I'll give you an example. If you look at a another South African who became a US citizen, Elon Musk, and what he's able to achieve. And if you talk to him, he'll never ever tell you, oh, I am this special person, or I think I am this special something. He just took the opportunities given to him. And this is something I tell my kids all the time. You never ever have to be the, here in the US, that is, let me rephrase that. Here in the US, you never ever have to be the smartest person, or the best looking person, or the best at really anything. All you have to do is have one, like a good heart, a pure heart, something that's measured not in what you can touch, but work harder than anybody out there. If there's somebody that outworks you, you failed. They will win with hard work and 100% like grit. It's endless what you can achieve. And I tell my kids that on a regular basis. They used to say heart of gold. That's magic. Yeah, I love that. If you have a heart of gold, like a good heart, and you don't have evil intent. When you do stuff, it's because you believe in the goodness behind it. Yes, hello. So that's the kind of stuff that I talk to my kids about. And I sometimes wonder if they ever hear me, because they're stuck to these little screens. They are mesmerized by little pictures glowing in front of them. South Africa. From NC in South Africa. I don't know. So no bronze heart, haha. Okay, so I take it the question is, okay, let me say this, and forgive me if I'm not answering the question correctly. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it, misreading it, and if I do, forgive me. I apologize for that. So 3 years back, I went to South Africa, and I'll be honest. When I left 15 odd years back, I left in anger, disappointment, and defeat. And I obviously did not want to leave just to come here, because I was leaving everything behind. A fantastic house, a career, and when I came over for the first 3 months, it was just me, not my kids. So my anchor was just in a different world, and my wife, and so on, and I was very angry about that. And then my wife came over 3 months later. The kids were here, and we got them acclimated with the life here in the US, and it became this big thing that we wanted them to understand the American way. The South African way was gone. It's the American way. So we got them acclimated. Their first summer here was eye-opening. A lot of stuff that I grew up with it as a kid, my children experienced. So it was some of the happiest time of my life, just seeing my kids grow and so on. And then 2 years back, I went back to South Africa, and I went back to see my mom and my brother, and I have a sister in South Africa. So I went to. Hey, nice to see you, Red Lover _VR. Hope you've had a wonderful Sunday. So I went back with this idea of, anyways, there was so much going through my head, so many emotions, so many people I've missed and so on. And I saw my family and it was wonderful. And I saw a lot of the tensions in South Africa that were there while when I left, I saw a lot of those tensions. They were disappeared. They no longer existed. So I was in such a good place. But South Africa is not my home anymore. It's so far removed, because I kid you not, while I was there, even though I was happy to see everybody and to experience South Africa in all of its glory and fullness, I couldn't wait to get back home. It was something out of this world when I arrived. We flew from Johannesburg, South Africa to the UK, and from the UK to Philadelphia. Excuse me. And Philadelphia has to be one of the most beautiful airports. Maybe not the most beautiful, but there's a lot of history in it, and it's a wonderful place to be. And I got to experience it, and then flying from Philadelphia to Greensboro, it was just fantastic. I couldn't wait to get back home, and I was so happy when I arrived back. So yeah, I would say traveling is a lot of fun, but I always want to come back home, and this is my home. And even when I think about other states, like I've traveled quite a bit. Traffic was terrible. Cheers, mate. I'll have one while you were stuck in traffic. So yeah, I hope you had a wonderful day, by the way. Wonderful Sunday. So, but yeah, long story short, I love this country, and I would 100% not want to live anywhere else. So it's great to go visit even other states. I enjoy going to, like a couple of years back, we went to California. California was great. Loved it there, but I could not wait to get back. Now, I'm not saying every second I couldn't wait to get back, but I enjoyed the traveling, and it was fun, but I enjoy Idaho's the best. Yeah, see, I spoke to somebody the other day about South Dakota, and I've been, I forget what that, Stooges, the motorcycle, whatever it is in South Dakota. I would love to do that one day. And I don't think I would probably want to retire in North Carolina. I could very possibly see myself retiring out west and so on. But yeah, either way, it should be fun. Okay. Oklahoma, North Carolina, yeah. Oh wow, Mr. J. Hey, thank you for your service. What an amazing story. I would love to listen to you tell the entire story at some stage. It would fascinate me. But yeah. George from Georgia, cheers, mate. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate the conversation. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I was talking to a mate of mine on, when was it, Thursday? We went for a couple of beers and so on. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you tell me. I don't think I have an email address in my bio, but yeah, if I'll go and add one at some stage in there today, tomorrow, and please feel free to email me. I'd set it up. If you want to, we can record it and share it. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, George. It was fantastic having you here. Yeah, I love these stories. I remember when we got to the US, my wife, we brought our dogs over because my wife loves dogs. And it was a bunch of Great Danes, and there was this guy, James, who had a fantastically large dog, and our dog was bigger than his dog, and he was always joking. He was always saying, now I no longer have the biggest dog in our area. And it became this good joke. But I used to sit and listen to him tell stories for like hours. Some of the most cheers, mate. Roy, yeah. Some of the best stories on the face of the earth, and just sitting in the presence of those guys were just fantastic. They always had good stuff to tell. Marine Corps, I reckon it must have been, well, it must be fascinating. I work with a guy who he was in the Marine Corps, and even though I don't get to talk to him that much, whenever he tells a story or something, I just I love listening to it and so on. I didn't grow up with it. My dad was in the army. My brother went to the army. I never got to go. It was you were no longer forced to do so when I grew up. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Anyways, 42 minutes into this stream. Mr. J, I promise you, no jokes, I will definitely go set up an email and have it added to my bio. I would love to set something up, and yeah, it should be fun listening to it. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call this stream. It's normally a good idea directly after someone's called you Santa Claus or something. So I think I'm going to call it. It's been wonderful. Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you guys have the best week next week. And yeah, I'll have a look and see if we... Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, they've kind of from being a firefighter. Wow. Oh, we're definitely having a conversation. That would be just the best. Definitely. Yeah, I asked the boys whether they wanted to go to the Marine Corps, and they all said they don't want to go into a war situation. I said, there's no war. Like, even the Afghanistan thing that was a complete disaster now and completely messed up now. Anyways, let me not give my opinion when it's not asked for. But even that, there's no war. Where are we sending people? Possibly, if you're in North Carolina, you probably go to California or something, spend a couple of months there, first 3-4 months, and then go somewhere else and so on. Like, I'm not saying war isn't looming somewhere. I'm just saying in general, it's not it's not a serious thing. So I told them, and this was my opinion. If I grew up now, if I had the opportunity to go to the Marine Corps or something now, do that. And I'll tell you why. Then, if a war breaks out, you're in control of where you are. That's my thinking, not necessarily the truth. But then you're in control of where you are, like the Coast Guard, or you're in control of what you're doing. Whereas if you get forced to enlist, then my opinion was always, then you just me to the grinder, basically. So, but anyways, what do I know? Yeah. So anyways, this is well, my eldest son, he wanted to become a Marine at the age of 16, and then he got involved with a couple of suspect characters, just weird kids, and yeah, unfortunate. Went to California, yeah. San Diego. I know we flew into San Diego a couple of years back, and the guy I work with, he said that's very, very close to the very close to the base that he went to. So there's a combat training. Oh my goodness! So I was talking about not this, but something to this effect. I am totally fascinated by this. It's like BB gun, but they have missions, and they have to complete it and so on. And it's like proper training that they go through as well. Now, they didn't do desert training. There's normally very wooded areas and so on, so they get to put on these ghillie suits. And I don't know whether you get, like, you probably do get sand dune, I don't know, ghillie suits that will make you disappear in its entirety into the sand. But that's the kind of stuff that always fascinated me. And I asked my youngest son today, or yesterday, because we were painting. I asked him, like, does this interest you at all? And he said, no, not even a little bit. So yeah, 2 months basic training, hot weather, desert combat training. Yeah. I never went through any of that. And now that I look back at it, I kind of wish I did. And listening to what a lot of people tell me or told me about it, they were all for the better afterwards. So yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks for your service. So okay, we're approaching 50 minutes. Like that's unheard of for me. I'm normally on a live stream for like 20 minutes, and it's always fun, but apart from that, gives me time to basically kill a beer. Simulations. Okay, yes. See, the simulations, that's what I'm talking about. That fascinates me, those scenarios that's being created. Yeah, I respect it hugely. But anyways, jeez. Yeah. Well, in my 20s, we used to go out doing paintballing, I suppose, and that was painful, but more fun than anything else. See, the thing is, you have to have a certain amount of confidence when you do stuff like that. You have to be confident in going to attack another team, and you have to be kind of fearless when you do that. You can't think about, okay, well, this is going to sting like bloody hell. So I have to be honest. We used to have those games probably once a week on a Saturday morning, and as much as fun as it was, I was never really good at it. I always got shot. I'm just not. It's not natural to me. So, but anyways, okay. This is where I call it I do thank you guys. You were just wonderful to talk to tonight. It's been absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to wish you guys just the best week ahead. Thank you for your time. I'm going to finish this one. My goodness, I hardly had any beer. I've just been talking. Mr. J, have a look. I will have an email address. We'll set something up and it'll be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for everybody that joined. It's been great. Have a fantastic week. Cheers. Yeah. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Mate, we'll set something up. So good. Thank you. Have a good one. Cheers.